Imagine living a life without direction, like a ship sailing aimlessly in the vast ocean. Such a life would be void of purpose, wouldn't it? It would be like wandering through an endless desert with no compass to guide you. This is the life many of us lead when we don't set clear, well-defined goals. Goals, my friends, are the compass and the rudder of our lives. They give us direction, they keep us focused, and they fuel our motivation. Think of a goal as the lighthouse in the dark. It's that distant glimmer of hope that guides us safely home. It provides us with a clear path and a destination. Without it, we would be lost, tossed about by the waves of uncertainty and doubt. Imagine a world-class athlete. What would happen if they didn't have a clear goal, a finish line to cross? Without that end point, their training would be aimless, their motivation would wane, and their performance would suffer. It's a goal that gives them the strength to push through the pain, to get up early in the morning, to keep going when everything else inside them screams to stop. Or consider a successful business. Without a goal, a vision of what they want to achieve, they would be like a ship in the storm, tossed about with no sense of direction. Their employees would be disoriented, their resources would be wasted, and their growth would be stunted. But with a clear goal, they become a powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with. Their direction is clear, their resources are well managed, and their growth is exponential. In the same way, our lives need goals. We need a purpose, a direction, a destination. Without goals, we become like that ship sailing aimlessly in the vast ocean, or that athlete training without a finish line. Remember, a life without goals is like a ship without a rudder. It goes in circles and never reaches its destination. Set a goal, chart your course, and set sail towards a life of purpose and fulfillment. Without goals, life can be like a ship without a rudder. It goes in circles and never reaches its destination. But setting goals isn't always as easy as it sounds. Imagine being in a labyrinth, a sprawling maze with twists and turns at every corner. The exit is your goal, but you're stuck, not because you lack the drive to reach the end, but because you're unsure of the path. This is what setting goals can feel like. The destination is clear, but the journey, the path to it, is often clouded with uncertainty. Now think about the times you've set a goal, a grand plan for the future. You start with a burst of energy, full of optimism. But as days turn into weeks and weeks into months, that initial enthusiasm wanes. The goal, once so vivid, starts to blur, becoming a distant, hazy dream. This is the challenge of maintaining motivation. Or consider this, have you ever set a goal that seemed so lofty, so high up, it felt more like a fantasy than a tangible, achievable target? These are the unrealistic expectations we sometimes set for ourselves. We reach for the stars but forget to build the rocket first. And then there's the fear of failure. It's the shadow that looms over every goal we set. What if we fall short? What if our efforts are in vain? This fear can be paralyzing, causing us to hesitate, to second guess, and ultimately to give up before we've even begun. Each of these issues, the lack of clarity, the waning motivation, the unrealistic expectations, and the fear of failure, are common hurdles in the journey of goal setting. They're like quicksand, pulling us down, keeping us from moving forward. But what if I told you there's a way to navigate this labyrinth of goal setting? What if there was a method to keep the motivation alive, to set realistic expectations, and to face the fear of failure head-on? Many of us struggle with these issues, but what if there were a better way to set and achieve our goals? Enter Miles Monroe, the man who revolutionized goal setting. Miles was a Bahamian evangelist and ordained minister, but his influence extends far beyond the pulpit. He was also a renowned author and speaker, known for his unique approach to setting and achieving goals. Monroe's methods were not your typical SMART goals approach. He believed that the most effective way to set goals was to first understand your purpose, your unique reason for being. He once said, "The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without a purpose." He believed that our goals should be an extension of this purpose, a tangible manifestation of our reason for being. This may sound philosophical, even abstract, but Monroe had a knack for breaking it down into practical steps. He proposed that instead of starting with a specific goal, we should first identify our purpose. He believed that each one of us has a unique purpose, a unique contribution to make to the world. This purpose, he said, is the starting point for setting meaningful goals. In contrast to the conventional goal-setting techniques that focus on setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, Monroe's approach was more holistic. It involved a deeper level of introspection and self-understanding. The goals we set, according to Monroe, should be a reflection of our purpose, and not just random desires or aspirations. Monroe's methods may seem unconventional, but they have proven to be incredibly effective for many people. By aligning their goals with their purpose, people have found a greater sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. They have achieved more than they ever thought possible, not because they set bigger goals, but because they set more meaningful ones. Monroe's methods may be unconventional, but they have proven to be incredibly effective for many people. His approach to goal setting, rooted in the understanding of one's purpose, has the power to transform not just how we set goals, but how we live our lives. So how exactly does the Miles Monroe method work, you might be asking? Well, let's dive into the specifics and see how this unique approach to goal setting can change your life. First off, it all starts with a vision. This is not your average daydream or wishful thinking. It's a clarion call from deep within you, a vivid picture of what could be. It's the foundation upon which you build your goals. The more detailed and emotionally compelling your vision, the stronger your motivation to achieve it. Next, you need to translate this vision into specific, measurable goals. This is where many people falter, setting vague goals like, I want to be happy, or I want to be rich. The Miles Monroe method encourages you to break down your vision into tangible, quantifiable goals. For instance, instead of I want to be rich, you might say, I want to increase my income by 20% within the next year. Then comes the planning phase. This involves mapping out a step-by-step strategy to reach your goals. You'll need to consider potential obstacles and devise a plan to overcome them. It's like plotting a journey on a map, marking out the rough patches and deciding on the best route to your destination. Next, you need to take action. It's one thing to have a plan, but without action, it remains just that, a plan. This is where discipline, determination, and perseverance come into play. The road to achieving your goals will not always be smooth, but with unwavering commitment, you'll keep moving forward. Lastly, it's crucial to review and adjust your goals regularly. Life is dynamic, and so should your goals be. If circumstances change or you find a better way to achieve your goals, don't be afraid to tweak your plan, and there you have it, the Miles Monroe method in a nutshell. By following these steps, you can set goals that are not only achievable, but also fulfilling and meaningful. Now it's your turn to take the reins and shape your destiny. You might be wondering, what's the big deal? It's just setting goals. Well, let's take a moment to delve into that. The Miles Monroe method isn't just about setting goals, it's about setting them right. It's a subtle yet profound shift in perspective that can have a dramatic impact on your life. It's not merely about jotting down what you want to achieve, but why you want to achieve it, how you plan to do so, and by when. Imagine a ship sailing through the vast expanse of the ocean. Without a map, without a compass, without a destination, the ship is merely adrift. It's at the mercy of the currents and the winds, with no direction or purpose. That's what life can be like without goals. But with the Miles Monroe method, you're not only setting your destination, but you're also charting your course. You're deciding not just where you want to go, but also the route you'll take to get there. You're creating your own map, your own compass. You're becoming the master of your own journey. And the benefits, they're manifold. Personal growth, for one. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, you're more motivated to learn, to grow, to step out of your comfort zone and overcome challenges. You're not just drifting through life, you're actively steering it. Career advancement is another key benefit. With a clear set of goals, you're more likely to take focused action, make strategic decisions, and seize opportunities that align with your objectives. You're not just working, you're working towards something. And let's not forget overall life satisfaction. Goals give life meaning and purpose. They bring a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. They're not just about achieving something, they're about becoming someone. So yes, setting goals is a big deal, but setting them right? That's an even bigger deal, and with the Miles Monroe method, you're equipped to do just that. Remember, the secret to achieving your goals isn't just about setting them, it's about setting them right. And with the Miles Monroe method, you can do just that.